Okay, I started recording now. Um, hey guys, who you doing?
Hello.
And I'm gonna have the spreadsheet open with the pick with the teams. But first of all, what are you guys' first impressions of the draft and the team itself? Like, welcome to the EternatusPain. What you guys think of the team? What you guys think of the draft in general? Other teams? What is it looking for you? I'll go a little bit more in depth about why I picked you guys and what my strategy was. But then first, I wanna see your first impressions. Like, what do you think you got?
I'd say Fred and the Hawks, their team is quite decent,
Yeah,
considering.
Frax and who?
yeah,
I'm a
I
Hawk.
like the
Yeah, please continue.
Matthew, Luke, and Kali seem to be on the forward side,
Okay.
and Lazaro and Real Devil are quite decent as well.
Do you guys
Not as good
wanna
as
go?
Fred or
Do you
Mihawk,
guys wanna go for the teams one by one? Like,
whatever you want.
yeah, I think that would be good. But first, I would like to say like, while you guys are all here, my strategy was basically I started playing very slow the first early of the draft. I maintained a credit lead most of the time, and I had a few guys that I knew that I wanted on my team for sure. Amongst them is Dennis, Levy. I know, Termy. I know you. I would get you for like real cheap. For you guys, if you don't guys know Leviathan, Termy, right here. He plays doubles, and he played in the World Cup. He has played with me before. He is actually pretty fucking great. I respect him a lot, and I knew that I could got it. I could have gotten him for real cheap, and I wasn't going to pay uh, any more than 20 credits for a doubles player because I can play doubles myself most of the time. So most likely, Termin will be playing doubles with me every week. Like, we will be sharing the one game each, and I believe he's really good. That's basically it. Yeah, I've played with him in the World Cup against him. He went 4-1 in that event. I believe I saw a lot of potential in the tier. I think I can recognize when a player is good in doubles, and I recognize that, for instance, Lluvia is not that great. I mean, he picks some wins, but he actually I don't really get what he does most of the time he plays. So and doubles is a tier where there is not much competition. Like the pool right now, it's pretty dire. So much that I think that, for instance, let me see who picked Sick. I know some who picked Sick. Where is that guy? Where is Sick?
Uh,
Here, Mihawk picked Sick. I think that was a great pick. He went for 42 credits, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure he was well worth over 40 credits, just because there is like so the doubles pool is like so small this season that I believe he can easily go 5-2 or 6-1 because a lot of players are not playing, like Randy or whatever I'm managing. So the competition in doubles is it's pretty low. So I believe, for instance, Sig was a great pick for 40 credits because, yeah, that's basically it. That's a tier where you can like secure wins very easily. On the other hand, I didn't want to spend much in OU. I had like a limit of 20 credits maximum I was willing to spend in OU. And why is that? The reason is basically because I feel like it's the most crowded tier, it's the most competitive one. So even if you get like the best OU player in the world, there are a lot of great OU players in the competition. So even the best OU player, there's a good chance that he goes like with not as great of a score as, for instance, I mean, it's way harder for the best OU player to go 5-2 than it is for Stick to go 5-2 in doubles, just because the competition in OU is much harder. So that was my strategy. I was basically gonna pay very little for dubs because I knew that I could get Termy for very low. I got him for 4 credits, and that's honestly gonna be one of the most valuable picks of the season, I believe. And for doubles, and for OU, I got Poseidon, Necro. Uh, those were my two first OU picks. I believe they are two very hardworking guys. I know them both, and I know they can push each other to become even better at the tier and compete with those guys who are just like so expensive. I believe it wasn't worth it to pay like more than 30 credits for any OU player. And the tiers where I was willing to overspend the most, I was willing to. I kept like 130, 28 credits up to like the seventh round, and I had a few players in mind, in especially EU and NU that I was willing to overpay for. And when 10 came, I did that. I paid about 50 credits for each one of Tola and Luneth. I have a lot of faith in them. I'm in order with Luneth, and I know Tola is great. And that's basically it. I was willing to overpay in EU and NU. And I also got a lot of guys. Everyone I got, I at least have spoken to sometime in the past, and I know they are like decent guys to be in a team with. They are not going to like cause too much trouble. They'll want to win. They'll want to put the effort. I'm very happy with the draft that I got. I honestly think on paper it doesn't look that scary compared to some other papers. Like, for instance, Milhawks uh, roster looks very scary on paper, but I believe some of the players like have like activity issues, which was one of my main concerns when drafting. Like I said, Lotus is definitely a great player, and I kind of regret not betting a little bit more for him. But the reason why I didn't is because I knew that I was going to overspend in UU and NU, so those tiers would overlap, and also I wasn't really sure of how active he was. I think he's pretty active, but but that was my bad totally. I should have probably bet a little bit more on him, but even then, I'm very happy with the roster. I think it's pretty much the best I could have hoped for. I think we have a very solid uh, tier across the entire roster. I think we also have a couple of substitutes. Like if somebody has like a personal emergency or whatever and can play, we can sub. Like say Termin can play dubs, then Poseidon can go play dubs, and I could sub for anybody in any role basically. I think we're a little bit flexible in that regard. We can substitute. We have players who have plenty of roles. Poseidon can play OU and dubs. Hoppy can play dubs, OU, NU. Levi can play basically anything he says, but I'm gonna have him sit in doubles most of the time, I guess, unless he needs to sub for somebody else. Jacob can play Leo Cup, and Necro can play OU, Lunette can play Lunette can play. Let me see. Lunette can play. I honestly bought Lunette mostly for having him sitting the entire time in EU, but he also can play NU. And Tola can play NU, Little Cup. Dennis can play Little Cup. Dennis was a pick that was a little bit controversial in the first early of the draft. In the first stages of the draft, I paid 40 credits for him quite early. Uh, I knew I wanted to get him. I knew I wanted to get you, Dennis, but I didn't expect you to go for that much, to be honest. And that got me a little bit scary about the entire like auction because I had a plan, right? I was okay. I will get Dennis for around 20 credits. I will get these people in OU, these people in NU, something like that. When my first pick, I was like, I'm gonna play very patient. I'm gonna let the people spend their credits and whatever. Then my first pick went for 40 credits, and I expected it to be around
40
20.
credits?
Yeah, it
What the
was
fuck?
40. It was 40 credits for Dennis. It was Milhawk, I think, who was outbidding with me for that one. I was honestly that honestly got me a little bit scary for the rest of the draft because I still have like so many great players that I want to pick, and I already spent 40.
Let's be honest, like, Dennis is the first fucking bit.
Yeah, I think he's totally worth it. I saw some comments in the auction that were like, Danny's going for 40 credits and Lotus going for 25 sums up the auction. Like, I definitely agree that Lotus should have gone up for more than 25, but I think 40 credits for Dennis is worth it because when you consider that this auction has 200 credits per manager, that's actually like 20 credits in previous auctions. And Dennis has a lot of things going for him. I asked almost most of my players, I asked whom I had in mind to play, whom I had played with before. I wanted to know if they were going to be active. Like, I asked Hotri, I asked Dennis, like, what was their time, what time they could put in for the tournament. Because I believe they're great. I have no doubts about that. But like, what concerned me the most about like well-known players is activity, because that's always been an issue. For instance, Randy is I have the most respect for Randy. Even he can be like the most inactive guy, and I could still like fucking have him play instead of me in TT or whatever. But with most good players, they usually burn out of the game, and that's just a reality. So I asked the guys I picked, whom I had played with before, how was their time schedules, their availability to play, and you all guys said you were good. So that's what I picked you, because I believe you are good. I believe you're great, and you have the time to put in the effort. So I believe we can actually win this. I mean, when you look at the rosters, I'm sure people will be like, they'll have their doubts, but I am pretty confident in this roster. I got pretty much everything that I wanted. The only thing that happened that was funny was that I wanted to get Orem originally. Like, he was, I had like two, three players that I was willing to overpay for. I got two of them. I got Lunette. I got Tola. I was willing to pay a lot for them, and I paid a lot for them. They cost me a shit ton. But Orem was there. I beat up to 70 credits, and Kali ended up getting him. So I don't know how he's gonna fit in Kali's team. I think he wanted to play with me, but well, whatever. And well, that's basically our team. I think we have a very no. mm, uh, In summary, I think we have a pretty decent squad, pretty good squad. I think we have a lot of potential. If you guys are not already fucking great, I believe that with a little bit of effort, you can get like to the top. I know you'll have like potential and talent, and that's why I got you. I've played with most of you before. If not, if I haven't played with you before, that's because you have, and you are here is because you have basically shined and outshined like a lot of other people in the game, and that's great. And that's basically it. I think I have a good eye for talent. I would like to say that, like, at least like in general. But I'm very happy with the team. What do you guys think? Do you like the team you ended up with, or would you rather be in, I don't know, Hawks team? What do you guys say?
Well, to be honest, like I feel like the previous PSL team, right? Like
Yeah.
Poseidon and stuff. Like it's fucking the same. But yeah, I'm glad it's surprised to see like players like Talon. Just like he's not only a great player, but he's also someone that won't be in a position to sign. Like, it's really cool. This guy is really cool and good. So there's many things like that that I really enjoy. I mean, um, Julian or Dennis or Brad or May, and we play together in the previous. That was like all fine, all cool. But it's really important to bring like people just like Daula, just like us. To be honest, really cool. I really like this guy. So I'm quite fine, even though I didn't see like the recent performances of Nitro or Lunas and stuff, and I don't know Livy or Maka, but the rest of the team, I'm really glad. I mean, just like Rose.
What about you, Dennis? Yeah, I think I everyone here kind of gets along. Everyone here is like extremely cool. Lunet has played in UU for Norway for the past few months. He's carried a couple TTs for us. I know he's great. And Necro, one of the things I admired most about Necro, to be honest, is that he's always willing to put in the effort. Like, he's always willing to practice. He's always looking for somebody to play. He's always asking me what I think about this thing going to use. Like, for instance, he played yesterday in TT, for us, for Norway. He lost, but whatever. I don't care. Like, before he playing, he had the balls to say I want to play. Second, he was committed. He was serious. He was always practicing. He asked me what I thought about his team, and I think he's willing to put the effort to carry or
Yeah,
to use the real
that's
will.
probably that's probably the most important thing at that. I mean, like PSL has proven many times that um, great and known players are not performing well. Like if you see the team like my hope and stuff, like on paper, it looks really solid, but I'm not sure if they are going to do something because they basically don't fucking care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
half the
Except
team.
like Blue Breath or maybe Blue Breath and still gonna try hard, but the other ones I don't think. Uh,
But I know Blue said in his sign up that he wasn't going to have that much time playing. So
Yeah.
he said buy at your own risk. And I respect Blue a lot. I know he's a great player, but it was a concern for me the time constraints, and that's why I didn't bid more for him. But I hope he does well. Of course, he's a great friend of mine. But
yeah,
that's exactly with most of
same.
the well-renowned players. The main concern was activity, and like willing to put in the effort to win. So that's what I like about this team. We got both great players and we got a lot of experience, and we also got a lot of newcomers who have a lot of willingness and hunger to win. So I think that's a great recipe for victory in my eyes. What do you think, Dennis?
I just missed Blue. So that's personal. Apart from that, I do think the team is well organized enough to at least get deep into the pool.
I think we can win. I
Yeah, we
mean,
also said that
uh,
last time.
yeah, we also said that last time. I also said that, I know, and to be honest, last time I believe on paper we were the strongest team. That is exactly what happens. Like, not always the strongest team on paper is the one who wins. I mean, Pachima has won did he won two or three? He won two PSLs in a row, right? And both times with the fucking Transformers Assemble and the fucking Muñez Classians, his team was being memed for the people in it at the beginning. But something that I realized is actually that they were guys who were hungry to win, and they would give it out, give it all on the field, and I believe that's recipe for victory. Anyways, yeah, last time Gardevoirs was like a very scary team on paper. I don't really still understand what happened. Really, I think we had a little bit of bad luck, and some of us didn't have the most time to play. Uh, but I believe I brought the best of Gardevoirs here. Well, not only the best, but also the guys who were in Gardevoirs and also were willing to like redeem themselves, you know, to like put in the effort to like come back from that seventh place finish or whatever it was. I mean, even then, we might have finished seventh last PSL, but I had a great time with you guys, and that's why you're here.
Oh yeah,
I believe you are very good, and if I believe that you all guys sucked and we finished seventh, and it was because of you, I wouldn't have picked you. I picked you because I believe you're great. I believe you have potential, and I believe you all want to redeem them yourselves, including and I do want to redeem myself too from last PSL. I believe we can do that.
Yeah, but guys, I got one thing in my mind though.
Yeah, sure.
Promise me, please don't get fucking RNGs again. Please don't. Like, I'm tired of that shit, man. Like, I'm really tired of that.
This PSL is best of two, so that kind of makes it that a little bit better, you know, because each player is gonna have 2 games a week against the same other players. So I think it's a lot more luck involved that matter. Actually, might have overseed a little that. I think other teams also overseed a little bit. Like players who are capable of playing more than one team a week, who are capable of changing their strategy or adapting, because it's a best of two now, right? So there are great players. Like I'm gonna put Randy in the example. Like he's fucking amazing, but he didn't sing up precisely because he didn't have the time for it. But say he had sang up, he would most likely want to use a single team, and he would repeat it. So other teams who could take advantage of that, that would be great. Even though he's fucking amazing, you know. So the ability of playing more than of adapting to the enemy in a best of two, that's something that's very valuable, I think, as well. And I think most of the managers, including myself, to be honest, oversaw that a little bit. But now that I look at the roster, I think we have that. I think we have that in most, if not all, the tiers. Like I for sure can play best. I myself have played at least one best of three in every PSL that I've played. Like I played best of three versus Randy. I played best of three versus GV. I played best of three versus somebody else last PSL. I don't remember. Anyway, the ability to adapt from one game to the next is something that is going to be very valuable, and I think we have that as well. Well, final thoughts on your own roster, your own teammates, your own team.
We're gonna punish them the living crap out of the others. Because we are friends and friendship overrules everything.
Hell
That's
yeah,
what Pokemon taught me.
hell yeah, yeah. I have faith
Let's
in
go,
us.
yeah.
I'm curious to see what have like other people commented on the draft so far. I mean, I bet there are a lot of comments already. Well, anyways, let's go a little bit quicker. Obviously, we can go in more depth about our own team and why I picked who I picked. That's basically it. Let's go real quick over the other teams. What do you guys think about Frag's team?
It's probably the on paper very good team, though I have no idea if they are still active.
It really depends, though. It really depends because they are like some underperforming players, I guess. Like Iceperia, like the previous PSL is not that good. Same as Radar, but and Titan is like it depends on the meta, so I won't say anything about him, even though like I mean he's really a good friend of mine, but I'm not. But the rest is really impressive.
Arca used to be very good in Little Cup. That's all I know about the whole team. But it's
But
actually still relevant.
Yeah, I think Frax went for. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that almost like an entire Spanish-speaking team?
except
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So he obviously went for kind of like myself. He went for comfort. He went for people that he knew, people that speak his own language, people that are most of them are on his team. So he has faith in them, and I think they have faith in each other. But I also think that all has quite a strange team dynamic. When things start going wrong, they are like quick to flame each other. I mean, that's just us Latinos. That's usually like we do it jokingly most of the time, but even jokes could start creating a tense team atmosphere if things don't go that well from the beginning. That's my take on it because they're all like so familiar with each other, but like you know that there have been like countless conflicts between all uh, people live and join all the time. So that bringing that team dynamic to PSL, it might be a double-edged sword. For sure, they have the trust in each other. They are friends. They speak the same language. They've been on the same team for a long time. But at the same time, they bring also the small differences they've had between each other, and that could be a keg bomb that could eventually explode. So, final thoughts. I think it's like a pretty good team. It could go sideways. That's my opinion. It's a great team, but it could go sideways real quick if things go wrong. And that's just because of the character of our own. I say that about myself, even though I try not to do that. When we're Latinos, we are very like if things start going wrong, then we tend to escalate them. I try not to do that, and I'll try definitely not to do that here. Well, Lazarus team, what do you guys think about it?
probably the worst one, and I got reasons to think it's like a lot of
Yeah, I think he has. I think he's the most binary team. I see here. Like it could go either very well or very very wrong.
Nah, it is going to be really, really wrong for many reasons, man. Like let's say about the 7 guys, there's reasons, but not the most important. But the main problem is going to be Madara and Luvia, since they fucking hate each other. Like
Oh,
they hate each other, and Madara got like huge troubles to make himself understood in English, and I can't even say he's able to understand shit in Spanish. So he's not going to play at his full potential. and it's going to be like really explosive to Luvia because they really fucking hate each other.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that actually. I was actually
And
just a quick.
it's quite the same with Bert and Zebra. Like he hasn't trouble with the other players, but when you'll see that, he just like get fed up really fucking.
Yeah, I would understand that. Like, honestly, I think Julia was a quite controversial pick. I wanted to pick him just to have him sit on the bench, just because I actually like. There's like very few people in this game that I do not like. I do not like Julia, but
And
yeah,
who is this movie?
he's a doubles guy who he thinks he's the shit. He organized a tournament and then kicked
Yeah,
a guy he lost to, and I don't know.
he picked the GP from his own tournament, right?
Yeah, GB beat him and then he kicked him from his tournament because he said something like GG easy or something like that. I don't
But
know.
like
Like he
we
got
were
mad because
saying Zebra at the beginning of the
yeah,
game
yeah,
though.
because
So
GB
when GB won, he told it.
yeah GB beat him and he said like you're trash and he was like, oh, you insulted me, so I'm kicking you out of my tournament even though after you just beat me. And I was like, what?
Imagine, imagine losing to GB, the player he hates, while you complain to be a good double player.
Yeah, GB, I actually think, and this is gonna sound like trash talk, and to be fair, take this with a grain of salt because I do not like the guy. Like I just said it like it is. I do not like the guy, but I think he's
But
bad.
let's face it.
I honestly think he's bad. Like I think he went for like 40 something credits or something like that. I mean the doubles pool is like pretty dire, but like I believe Termy you're better than him. I honestly believe that. And you went for 4 and he went for 40. Like I really
Yeah,
don't
but no
understand
one
this.
knows Mark though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But even then, like I mean, I think it's difficult from outsiders to judge doubles because doubles is such a different format. Like,
True.
like the only doubles managers that are one will actually have a few doubles managers: Matthew, Real, and me. But if you well, Frax, but well, actually half of the fucking managers play doubles this time. Wow, that's pretty interesting. But anyways, they weren't the guys who got Lluvia, and you know that because when you play doubles, you know how to like recognize when somebody's good or bad. And I believe, I honestly believe, and I share this opinion with Randy, who I also respect a lot, and I believe he's one of the best doubles players when he wants to put like a little bit of effort in it, anyways. Because I mean, this game is kind of dead, but PSL is always brings it back to life. That's not the point. The point is you can recognize from as an insider, as somebody who plays the tier, when somebody is good and when somebody isn't. And I believe, I honestly believe, regardless of whether I like the guy or not, which I don't, I honestly believe he's in that good. And I'm surprised he went through that much. And he's going to create conflict with Madara, and he's going to create conflict within the team. And well, at least we know there'll be drama. So that's great for PSL. Yeah,
It's a fucking shame to spend that much money on Luvia.
yeah. Honestly, that was way too much. Like honestly, at that point, if you're going to spend that much in Luvia, you should have just like try and get Sig out of Milhawk. Like Sig went for what 42, you went for what like almost 40. I don't know. Like just pay 8 more credits and get it. I think get Sig. Like honestly, he's like way better. I honestly think Sig is also. I already said that. I think he he's like a great pick for 40 credits because the doubles tier, like it's fucking dire. Like who plays doubles here? Like honestly, besides the managers can only play 1 game a week. There's like Stick, Julia sucks. Redav plays doubles, but whatever. Uh, that's honestly basically it. Like Hex plays a little
I
bit.
got my OTP team, dude. Nobody stopped.
Yeah, like honestly, doubles is like so dire that if you, I honestly want to congratulate Mihawk for picking on that and like and spending that many credits, like 40 credits on a doubles player who's probably the best doubles players who signed up in the best known, let's say, doubles players who signed up for the for PSL because everyone else was basically managing or whatever. Because it's a tier where you can wrap up the wins because everyone else is just so bad. So that's it. My opinion. I'm sorry for Lotus. Like I believe he was a steal. I believe Lotus is worth way more than 25 credits, and he got stuck in a team that might explode. I like Sejuani. I don't know how active he is. That's a concern for me. I believe Umbra has a lot of potential. I like the guy a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
I'm great friends with
this
him.
guy is really cool.
I only have one small problem with the way he plays, and I've told him like times before, and he knows what it is. So I'm not gonna ramble about it. It's just like some little thing that if he changes, I know he would do way better. Like, but
Yeah,
it's not
probably.
important. And he's in Nori. I love all my Nori guys. I love every one of them. And yeah, other than that, I mean, I feel like Lazarus' team could feel a strong five-man roster, but I honestly believe on paper, because on paper Yulia picks up wins, and that's why other managers who don't play doubles perceive him to be good. Even though last kind of plays doubles, but I don't know. It's been quite a while since I played him. I honestly think Yulia is so bad. Honestly, he might pick a couple wins just because everyone else is like so bad. There are like no other doubles players, but that's it. I think that team might as well implode because Madara Lluvia. Uh, one thing I can guarantee you though, that there will be drama with that team, and I love it every second of it. Okay, so Real Devil Legend. What do you think about his team?
Uh, the only person I know
Yeah,
who plays, yeah,
I know Sweet is
good enough
great.
for that job. I don't know about the rest of the people.
He was good back then, but I will always keep an eye on Sweet for you. Like always, this guy.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Sweet. I also think he went for quite cheap. I mean, he went for like what 25 or something. That is considerably
All
cheap.
I know is that Ultan is not good enough, but the other ones seems to be okay. I guess.
Oscar is okay. I like Oscar. Play with him in World Cup. I'm a big fan of Sweet. I think he's great. But I'm struggling to see much more. Kill Kid is okay. He's good. Uh, yeah, honestly, I don't think. There's Sweet and there's Yellow and there's a lot of Spanish speakers as well. And I think he picked people he knows, and I believe he knows the people in his team way better than I do. To be honest, I see some of those names and I recognize them, of course, but I don't know if I would pick him. I don't know if I would pick him because I don't get along the way with them. And for me to pick somebody, they have to either be extremely good, like Tola is, I believe, or I have to know them very well and know that because of my impression of them, they are very good. So either they have to have like extremely high accolades, or they have to like, or I have to have played with them before, and I have to have seen that they can perform. And I have honestly never played with any of these guys before, besides Oscar. And the only guy who I know for a fact that is very good is Sweet for You. So because of that, I don't think I can provide an accurate description of this team. I think it's not bad. I would say it's kind of average. I think it obviously has like bright spots like Sweet. Yayo can be a double-edged sword. Like he can beat the best guy on his best team in his best day. Sorry, or he can lose to the worst guy on his worst day. I think that's what I get from playing him matchmaking from time to time. I really don't know much about this team. I play with Oscar. I think he's good. I think he's decent. Kiwi Kid, I know he's good. Intimidor, I honestly don't know. I have never played with him. Alton, what can I say?
But
Yeah, I like the guy, but I don't want to say he's bad. But I mean, he's probably gonna play what doubles, right? Yeah, doubles. I mean, he might do decent just because there's like no doubles players in this entire fucking pool besides Sig. So I don't know. Obviously you, but they don't know you. So okay, Luke, Luke's team. What do you guys think?
Well, um,
the only
well,
person I know that's very good in this team. But
Young
apart from
Kai
that, I don't
and
think
Leonard.
it's
Like
much
I really know Leonard is good as
from.
Yeah, I felt like this team started out very great and then it somehow went downhill. That's the impression I get. Like the first pick, the first four picks, I like them a lot. I think they're all great. And if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken, I remember talking like in the middle of the auction, and I realized he had spent like 120 credits and four players. That's like an average of 40 credits per player in his first four picks. So he went very
Um,
hard, hit hard in Lunar, Buzo, MKNS, and Noble. And I honestly think that's
so
that's perfect. That's great. I mean, they are all good. But I
so
feel,
this is going to be a team incentives like at least.
yeah, I think so. I think the first four are enough to carry a team. But I mean, he still had 120. No, wait, no, he had like 80 something credits left for his last five picks. I honestly don't think he got like anything good. Like, I'm not trying to like trash talk anybody. Sigmar plays Dubs, which again, same as Voltan, can do decent just because like nobody is good in Dubs in this tournament except for Sig again. Christy, I guess she can play something, but I don't know, man. Like, I honestly really like Luke's first four picks, but after that, I failed to see like anything. To be honest, I mean, I think he's gonna put like Sigmar in Dubs every week and he can go do decent because again the pool is very dire for doubles players for this PSL, and his first four are very strong. So I think he can definitely make semis, but he doesn't have like a backbone. He's too reliant on his main players. If anything goes wrong, if somebody needs a sub, that's I want to say almost as forfeiting a match. Not to blame like any of the other. I really feels like I blamed them too much, like the other players in his team, but but I just don't see much besides the first four picks, and that was obviously his strategy. He spent like 120 credits in his first four picks. They are obviously the ones who are going to, the ones he bet for to carry his team. So I think it's a very like five-man team in that regard. Obviously, if they are the first, they are the best five players, well, they're gonna win. But I think that's a safe bet for a semis team, maybe. But I think, especially when you consider that each of those players have to play 2 games a week, people can get burned down from that. People can get burned down for playing too many PSL games. So, being able to give 1 week's rest to a player, I believe that's something that's healthy for a regular season that has 14 games in it. And I don't believe Luke's able to do that, to be honest. The way he subs somebody out, I believe he's almost forfeiting the match. So it might take a toll on his team when their players are tired from playing, or they're busy for a week, and then you suddenly have to cover for not one but 2 matches because every player plays 2 matches. That's that's my impression of Luke's team. What do you guys think? Am I right or am I crazy? Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
All right, great. Kali, what do you guys feel about Kali's team? Honestly, I'm sorry for our. That's my first impression. And Get is great. Get is great. Get is great, but okay, give me your impressions.
I
You
feel
don't
like
build a team
it's
with two
Olin.
people.
Yeah, you don't build a team of 2 people. I agree.
I feel like it's really Olin. Like it could like go from A0 to 0A. Really the impression I got. Like Aurum is obviously going to carry and Naga probably as well, but I wouldn't trust like Jason or or Zekin and stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I believe Sebat is great. I like Sebat a lot. Sevita, but I didn't know how active he is lately. I mean, he wasn't that active last season for Gardevoir as well, and he carried.
Seba,
He did.
Seba is okay. Like it's
Sebat,
at least okay.
yeah, Sebat did pretty well for us, even when he wasn't active. So that's very impressive of him, to be honest. But I feel like Sebat's best year. I feel like the OU NU core is pretty strong with Geto, Sebat, and Arum. After that, Naga is good as well, but I don't. Yeah, Naga is obviously the fourth best player in this team. I think third or fourth, first and second being Arum and Geto in my opinion. The thing about Geto, and I mentioned this in the draft, I believe Ghetto, for his quality of play, he's definitely worth 50 credits. But he's not worth 50 credits because of the tier he's playing in. I believe OU is the most crowded tier. Look, you look at each of one of these teams OU, and they are at the very least decent. So if you want to spend 50 credits on a player, it's okay. They're great. That's amazing. Get is great.
Yeah, I pretty agree with that because it's really like on Lunark, for example, because he's an OU player. He like his credit was like 9, if I remember correctly. So someone bought it for 9, and is actually good enough to take anyone in OU. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Like Get is great, but it could go either way in his match versus Lunark, and that's a 40 credit difference. Like I would have much rather have spent 40 procs credits in any other tier but OU. Like I will get is amazing. I honestly believe that, but I don't believe that spending 40 credits plus in an OU player is worth it with these registrations that we had.
I mean, everybody is able to play in OU. Everybody.
Yeah, that's the thing. Almost everybody is signed up for OU, so so I wouldn't honestly 10 times rather spend those 40 credits in Sig, who I know he's a great player in a tier that nobody fucking plays, so he can very easily go 6-2, 6-1, or 5-2 or whatever, than picking a great player in a tier filled with great players, you know? Because obviously he might be better, and he probably is better than some of the other OU players, but the difference is smaller. So there is this bigger chance that that might backfire for you. So I don't know. I don't think spending that much on him was the call. I mean, he's great. I reckon he's great. But he's playing in OU. And in OU, he's gonna play Chico, he's gonna play Sejuani, he's gonna play Lunark, he's gonna play, let me see here, Sweet for You, he's gonna play our guys, Pause, and we'll have a lot of guys who can play OU. He can play Cranes or Abstract, he can play here, he can play Blue Breath. See, that's what I mean. Like, he's great for sure. But see the guys he's going against. OU was not the tier to spend 40 credits on. I think, in this tournament. Other than that, Kali's team, I honestly feel a little bit bad for Aaron. I know he wanted to play for me, but Kali went too ham for him. He was 71 credits. I believe he was the most expensive player of the auction. He's great. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's one of the best NU players out there, and that's my opinion. I think they have a solid pool, but again, I think they make playoff for sure, but I don't think they win. If that makes sense. I like Pachima as a pick because I mean the guy has a lot of knowledge. He has run a couple PSL teams. He has won a couple PSL in a row, and the guy, he's just a chill guy. He has a lot of ideas for buildings or whatever. I like he picked Pachima. I wanted to pick him, but he was going for a little bit too much more than I was willing to spend. So whatever. Yeah, our team, we already went super in depth about our team. Any final thoughts on Kali's team? Weak. I like it. I like it.
Almost even.
Yeah, I have my doubts as well. I have a lot of
I
faith
mean,
in Ghetto and Aram, but as I said, Ghetto has a lot of competition in his tier, and Aram is not enough to carry an entire team. Sevita will do well as well as Nagahex, but I don't know if well is enough to carry the team.
yeah, and like the first thing I think when I see the team is like just feel sorry for my bro Arm.
Yeah, me
He
too.
ain't gonna win this shit with this team.
Yeah, I wanted to get him, and I don't really feel sorry for him that he got stuck in Cali's team. I mean, it's
But I
it's not
can
terrible for
still
sure. It's not
just
terrible, but I don't know. It's in my opinion, it's one of the weakest looking, even though it has one of the best players. If that makes sense, right? Like Orm and Ghetto are definitely, I would say, top 10 players in the entire thing, in my
yeah
opinion.
probably.
But But all that said, I don't think she paid like what 50 for Ghetto and 70 for Aram. That's 120 credits in two players. So she had to fill a
Uh,
roster of
you're
another.
missing one point though.
Yeah,
You're missing one point, like the scout system. You can scout. You can not scouting, but coaching.
yeah,
You
totally.
can coach in this PSL. So
Wait,
I think
what?
like our
Can
behind
you?
us is like
I'm not sure what's the ruling on that, but Aaron won't take coaching. I know for a fact that Aaron won't take coaching. Like he,
oh, but he will coach
oh
for
yeah,
sure.
he definitely might. See, yeah, totally.
So when you have like a player like Arm behind your ass, like it's really different, I guess.
Yeah, that's a factor. I'm not sure 100% of what's the ruling on in coaching. I'll ask you about that later. But like yeah, that's my impression of Kali. Even though she has like probably two of the best 10 players in the entire thing, I don't believe they win. Like the entire thing, no way. Yeah, just keep Sevat and Nagahex are very good and they are like a decent backbone. But then who else? Who is the fifth player, right? Who is the fifth player in
Yeah,
this team?
Kali,
Yeah,
she can coach
yeah,
for sure. Like I don't know, 100% for sure. Like Arm is
yeah. Okay, yeah, that's basically. I have very mixed feelings about this team. Like I love RM, I love Ghetto, but I love Sabita to be honest. But that's it, man. That's fucking it. I mean, Pachima has won PSL with wars, definitely. Pachima has never had a player of arms or Ghetto's caliber on his team, I think. And he's always managed to win. Oh, he has had Sweet, I think. But that's basically it. I have very mixed feelings about this team. I'm very curious to see how they perform, to be honest. It could be like 8-0, like you said, or it could be 0-8. Like if Aram and Ghetto cannot carry and Sevad cannot carry every week, I think they are very close to losing every week or tying at the very least. Well, Matthew's team. What do you guys think? I don't like
the
it to be honest.
meanest team.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
always me.
I actually had an entire look to this, and I'm
You're
mostly
like
asking me like, what
Matthew,
the fuck is this
Barbasos, and
shit?
Camille or me.
Yeah, it has like four memes. What the fuck? This honestly, since I was very focused on my own team and what I wanted to build, that I didn't pay much attention to everyone else's team. Like a few stood up, of course, but I had not seen Matthew's team, and I fucking think it sucks. This is the eighth place team. This is the eighth place team. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love El Kranz. I love him, but he, what the fuck? Where is he stuck? I mean, Kepsal, he's not terrible. He's definitely better than most other teams' doubles players. Just because other teams do not have doubles players at all. Colio, what the fuck?
He's dead. He's
Yeah,
more than dead.
yeah, what the fuck? I don't know who's Dinofish. Maybe he's an amazing player who I have no idea about, and
But
he's
yeah,
gonna go
I
8-0.
literally no idea about who is this.
Santi is decent. Krenz is obviously good. I'm concerned a little bit about.
Okay,
Yeah, Krenz is great, but I don't know how much time he's gonna have to play, like, to put in the effort, especially when you look around yourself. Like, imagine you were in a Krenz position in this team. Like, Abstract is good, but then you see Toast, then you see Kamimi, who's the best player at making money from the bets, but he's not that great at playing himself. At least not like,
actually,
yeah, at least not in like in current times. I have not a fucking clue of who Dinofish is. To be honest, I have never heard his name before. Maybe he goes eight
yeah, me
zero
neither.
and shuts my mouth, and he's a sleeper pick, and he's like goes amazing. But unless that happens, Elkrins is in it or hell here, basically an abstract. But Elkrins and abstract, they both play OU. Like Elkrins, I know for a fact that Elkrins like preferred tier lately is wait, hold up. Elkrins two best tiers in my opinion are OU and doubles, right? But then the other two decent players in this team are Abstract, who plays OU, and Kepsal who plays doubles. So even your only three decent, well, Lewis Anderson as well, but your decent players overlap in tiers with each other. I honestly don't know what's going on with this team. I'm gonna predict this is going to be the 8th place team. And I'm very sorry for my boy Alcrans. I love him, but I don't know what Matthew was thinking, to be honest. And before they win, I've honestly never understood like Pachima's previous team. They on paper looked terrible, and they ended up winning. So everything can happen. Anything can happen. But I honestly, if I had to bet, my bet is 8th place for Matthew's team. That's just it.
Well, there's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Like nobody knows Dinofish.
Yeah.
It's probably the most frightening thing that you should like take care of. Like it's like Zakaru in the previous
PSL, right?
PSL. Like nobody knew him except me, and I knew like before everything even started that this guy was going to carry because I knew that this guy was before. And I mean, it could be like another fucking Zakaru behind a fucking name, and nobody knows it.
Yeah, I think I did mention that like briefly. Like if Dinofish goes 8-0 and he's a hidden talent, then Matthew can win, and that would be honestly pretty amazing for him. Like props to him
Well,
for finding a sleeper pick. But I have no fucking clue of who he is. And he went for 8 credits. So it's not like it was a 4 credit pickup. So maybe somebody tried to contest him, or maybe it was his last pick. Honestly, after I completed my picks, I kind of went away. So yeah, that's my biggest question of this team. If Dinofish is somehow a little cup god, right? Then Krenz can play OU, Astra can play UU, Kepler can play doubles, Santi can play NU, and then suddenly it's a decent lineup, right? So that is, yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but he better be fucking great because he needs to be fucking great for Matthew's team to. He signed up for Little Cup and NU. Okay, then I think
he's a C.
okay.
Yeah,
Then I think
that's what
Matthew's team is
that's what
done.
mother was telling me.
Yeah, then I honestly think Matthew's team is 8th place material. And I'm very sorry for my friends, Alcrans and Abstract, who are there, but that's I just cannot say anything else. Like every other team is at least decent, at least able to fill 5 roles. And sure, Cranes, Santi, Louis Anderson, and Abstract, there are 4 roles. Who's fucking playing Little Cup here? Right? I don't know.
Toast. No, wait, Julio's gonna play Little Cup.
Eh, it could be Dino Fish, it could be fucking Toast.
Any player.
But like even then, I don't know. I mean, even like
Yeah, but 6-6 still may
like here's the thing. Even if Matthew can fill a 5-man roster, right? I feel like Luke's 5-man roster is stronger, and I criticize Luke because he only had like 5 players, and then if he had to sub somebody out, or if something went sideways, then he was basically out in the dry, right? Well, Matthew's the same but worse because I believe Krenz is better than some of Luke's players. I believe Abstract is up there. Yeah, but I don't know. I think like Luke and Matthew are similar teams in the fashion that they have a decent 5-man. Luke has a strong 5-man squad, right? Matthew has a good that are decent 4-man squad, and then I don't really sure who's their little cup player, but I don't think it's as good as a 5-man squad as Luke's. But Matthew seems full of memes. I honestly think that great players like Elcrans might get tilted from being picked in a team with with Dino Fish, who I have no idea who he is, and Overtoasted, and Kamimi. Right? So if I was picked on a team like this, I would be honestly tilted. Like I would start the season not wanting to put all my effort in it, you know, and that's something that happened before. Like Nick is a player who's amazing. I respect him a lot. He's one of my favorite players of all time in MMO. But he almost like quit last PSL on Pachima's team because the people in there weren't putting in the effort. And if you're a great player and you're in a team that's average at best, then you do not feel the incentive to push yourself, to keep giving it all, and to carry, right? So that worries me about Trends and about Matthew's team. And he honestly would have the entire, like, he's in his right to, like, go mental boom after being put with Toast and Kamimi and Kolio. Yeah, he's totally allowed to go boom and just play in his team and just like do Nick 2.0. I love them both. I love Nick. I know Krenz. I'm sorry for Krenz, honestly. Eighth place team is my prediction for my final prediction for Matt's team is eighth place. What do you guys say?
For me, accurate.
Okay, last is best. They usually say Mulhawk. I actually like this Mulhawk. What do you guys think?
On
Well,
paper, it's a very strong game.
Yeah, I think on paper he might be this season's strongest team. On paper. But we all know
I
who that went last season with Garde was, right?
I just don't know how active Blue, GD, Yangsam, and Hazu will be.
Yeah, that's my first concern with this team. Like on paper, they are the best team. I think on paper they're definitely better than us. Like I think there's no shame in saying that. But then again, Gardevoirs were on paper the best team from previous season, right? And we finished seventh. The main concern with this team is once again activity. I think highlights on picks. They have a lot of good people. I respect TD Fire a lot. I respect Sig a lot. I've already talked about how I think Sig was a great pick for credits. I think he can do very well with so little competition in doubles. Um, Blue Breath, one of the guys I respect the most in this game. I was worried about his activity for this season, but that's why I didn't like try to get him as hard. But that's it. I think Mihawks is last PSL season Gardevoirs. Even though I believe the last PSL season's Gardevoirs were on paper better than Mihawks' current team, but I think it's a very similar story to be honest. I think on paper it looks great. I think it has the potential to win it all. Definitely, if everyone's playing at their best, they can definitely be contenders. I believe we are contenders as well. But I think it's just basically Gardevoirs 2.0. That's what I think of when I see this team. It has great names. It can be very scary, but it can go bad with because of activity or because of luck. Of course, we have to remember we're playing Pokemon. What do you guys think about the Hawks team?
Playing Pokemon, who does that?
Yeah, who plays Pokemon? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Let me.
He's my little bitch.
He's not my little bitch because I need to someone to scream little couple.
I can swing against you, but I don't have little cops.
Okay.
3-1. You little cop.
Exactly. Wait, you did? When? Come on. No.
Rip. Guys, while he joins, what you guys say if we rank the teams from 1 to 7? All the other teams, we're not going to rank ourselves. I believe if I was going to rank ourselves, I believe in potential we're number 1. I think overall we would be between 3 and 4 and first. No, we're not first on paper. Definitely not. I think on paper it's safe to say Mihawks is best team. On paper, just judging by the names. But remember that has a stigma carried to it, right? which is basically Gardevoir's last season. Gardevoir's last season were the best team on paper, and they were seventh. So I believe we have the most potential of every team, definitely. I think on paper we should be around third to second, fourth to second probably. And a few things about our team is that many people don't know Levy, right? Yeah, Leviathan, who is basically I got him for 4 credits, and he's gonna be my main double starter. And if I believe he's grading doubles, is because I've played with him, and I believe I can say when somebody is or is not good in doubles. So that's it. I think we have a few surprises. I think we have a lot of potential. I believe we have the potential to definitely be contenders. But anyways, I'm not gonna put a number to us, but I am going to put numbers to the other teams. So what do you guys think we rank the other 7 teams? I would say I would put first. I have to put Mihawk first, just like I put Gardevoir's first last season, right? I would put an asterisk next to it because next to their name because I believe they can implode or they can do bad, just like Gardes did bad last season. Even though I mean it's nobody fault really. It's just like great players sometimes have bad days, so great players sometimes don't have enough time to keep playing Pokemon or whatever it is. I'm gonna still gonna put Mihawk's team first. What you guys think? I think I would put. What you guys think? Who would be second?
So making it easier. Mihawk, Frax, and probably RDL and us are top four, and the rest is bottom four.
I agree. I agree. I
But
I have.
stating who's what first and second and all is too difficult.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, top four and bottom four. Okay, I like that. I don't know. The only thing I'm not so sure is Real Devil Legend. I think I would swap Real Devil Legend with Luke's team to be honest, because I believe that Luke's main 5 guys are pretty decent, and I believe they are better than Real Devil Legends guys. Even though Real Devil has like obviously Sweet, who's amazing, Moises is good. They're both good squads, but I know more about Luke's squad than I do about the Real Devil Legends squad, and I have a little bit more faith in Luke's. So my top four would be us, Mohawk, Frax, and Luke. Definitely. I would say my what?
I don't have the same top four as you got.
What's your top four? What do you think?
I would change Luke for Kelly's just because like coaches.
Yeah, Callis is like a dark horse to be honest. I'm still not so sure about the coaching rules. I wish they were not that you're just allowed to coach because then what's the whole point? But I mean, I like World Cup and World Cup allowed coaching, but I feel like in an auction based format that makes less sense than in World Cup. I think, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on what's the ruling on coaching. But if it's allowed, then yeah, Callis could probably be up there because Aram can do a lot of work.
Without the rules, I wouldn't have put like Frags and Kelly's in the top four. But
Okay.
with that rule, I'm pretty sure they're gonna go like randomly.
Yeah, with coach, yeah, that's definitely true. With coach or without coaching, the standings change drastically.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Drastically. Okay, well, top four. Okay, I can. That's we all give like more or less our inputs on each team's strengths and who is I think is our top four. I also said I think Matthews is gonna be like 8th place. Other team that I don't like that much is probably yeah, Lazarus would be my Lazarus. I think Lazarus would be a candidate if they don't implode because of drama. They can be the team to make playoff, the last one probably, because I would leave out of playoff. I would leave out of playoff Matthew, Kali without coaching, or Real Devil Legend with coaching.
I bet 500k on Lazarus last place.
Yeah, but I mean the thing is that depends on them imploding, which there is a high chance for. into happen because Lluvia is very problematic. But he's also the only team who has 8 players. I find that interesting. I find that interesting. Well,
Can I invite you?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but we cannot make them
Yes, you can.
know.
Wait. Let me see. Let's see if you
I'll send
can.
them the link then. Give me 1 sec. I send them the link.
That's what I saw. Like I was trying to.
Roles. Where's fucking roles? Oh, you. Because the roles had by default not were not allowed to invite people, but I'm changing that now. But there's like 6 different roles, so I have to do it one by one. I think you should now be able to invite them. Okay, so that's basically it. That's the EternatusPain members. Uh, Thoughts on the draft? Any final thoughts on just in the draft as a whole? Was it fun? Was it a meme? What? Does the season look promising? Does it look dire? What do you guys think?
I just don't understand the person who bought for 20. Oh, wait, 40 credits.
Yeah, the little bastard. I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest. That might be the worst pick of the season.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, guys. Alright, it was amazing having you all here. I'll still be like in the voice chat for a little while more, but I'll stop the video. It's 1 hour long. That's gonna be fucking spicy.
Nice.
And you know that when I upload it, everyone we trash talked will want to trash talk back. So it'll be great. You all guys knew that when you picked me as manager, I was gonna bring you content. I was bringing you drama. I was gonna bring you fucking entertainment, and this is fucking it. So I hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the season, whether we go 8-0 or 0-8. I will still, I'll still keep trash talking and making this game fucking interesting. See you guys later.